I have a vendetta against the Hockley family. They are now on notice. It's gonna be like the McCoys and the Clampetts or whatever the age-old rival. It's the Daverns and the Hockleys. What is the age-old one? The Clampetts and the who is it, Courtney?
Colts and McCoys.
The Colts and McCoys? Okay, whatever. Hatfields and McCoys.
I don't want to hear that name ever again.
Hatfields. Yeah, no,
Hatfields and McCoys.
They named their kid Colt and McCoy? What? No. The Hatfields and the McCoys. Yeah, forget it. The Hockley family we're done. No Christmas cards, no Christmas presents for the Hockley family. All of them. Yeah. Ed, Sean, I don't care. Whoever their daughters and sons are.
I don't have a problem with Ed. Ed, actually, I don't think he never called a bad game that I was in.
Yeah, but he gave birth to Sean. And then years later, Sean officiated two of our games this year.
Was he bad in both? I don't know. It was just
Lofa. On this podcast, Sean Hockley is the referee we were yelling about on a different episode earlier this season. It was Sean Hockley, and then here he comes again in this one.
We've been yelling at a lot of refs this year.
That's true. That's a good point. That's probably because we just want to yell at our team.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Are we going to talk about it now, or you want to wait till the show?
I was going to say, should we start this thing off and just get it going?
Okay.
All right, everybody.
End it.
Let's do it. Hit the theme song.
Let's get this crowd going now. Come on, get him up, get him up, get him up. Hawks on three. 1, 2, 3.
Lofa Tatupu is up in the mix.
Go Hawks.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Takes the snap. He's going to throw down the middle. What a catch.
It's intercepted by Lofa Tatupu.
Holy catfish.
Hey, that's great football now.
It's going to work now. Let's keep playing.
Who's got my back? I got your back.
That's Lofa. The player.
Triple plant. Thunder. On one. Ready. Play.
Russell looking.
Go Hawks.
Russell scrambling.
Go Hawks.
Pump faking.
Go Hawks.
Still looking. Now he spins out.
We got to fly, baby.
40 down the far sideline. He's still moving. He's going to go. 20, 10. They do it again. Touchdown. 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 Seahawks.
It's the Seahawks podcast on the Believe Sports Network. I forgot to turn up my microphone. Coming back in. Oh, boy. All over the place today. Producer Katie is also out of town for the holidays. I don't even know where my live reads are. I'm going to have to do them from memory.
Wow.
Man, we're all out of sorts over here. I didn't even take notes from that game yesterday. No rundown today, everybody. We're just shooting from the hip. Welcome to the Seahawks podcast, brought to you by our good friends, Simply Seattle. Go to shop.simplyseattle.com/believe and use our promo code
Believe10, BLEAV10.
10% off at Simply Seattle, you guys, the best Seattle sports apparel and outdoor company in the Northwest. They're locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, good guys, good company. And I mean, they really do have the best designs if you're looking for stuff. I know it might be a little late for holiday shopping, but hey, kick the new year off right with some merch from Simply Seattle. Lofa, the Seahawks played a game last night. It was on a Tuesday. I mean, where do you want to start with this thing? We didn't have a chance to talk yet on this show about the controversy of moving the game back, and then there was the game.
I mean, yeah, the moving of the game was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what they have 25 guys. You got to forfeit that game. I thought that's what they agreed upon before they started this season, right? And then now. I mean, it just gets pushed back so they can have all their guys back. If that was us, would that have happened? I don't know.
Of course not. And I have a message for our buddy Ryan Dyrude, because him and I got into it on Twitter a little bit last night.
What?
Yeah. And we'll bring him back on so he can actually defend himself. But dude, he's like, oh, well, let me call the wambulance for you guys. I'm like, buddy, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, everybody had agreed to play under the same rules, like Lofa just said. And then the situation comes up, and all of a sudden you want some special treatment and stuff like that. And then we end up, look, the Seahawks, we did not play well. I mean, I don't even know if
we're terrible.
Deserves to go to the Seahawks, or deserves to go to the playoffs. But the point is like, you can't. It's so frustrating, Lofa. Well, Lofa's totally right. If this would have happened to us, they would have never postponed that game and given us more. I'm sorry. I got to take a deep breath.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, because they would have been like, oh, well, you guys don't really need this game. You know, you got 10 wins. You're going to make the playoffs. Like, I could totally see them spinning it that way against us. And, I mean, shit, the officiating looked like that. If you want to, if you want to jump right into that next.
Well, I mean, we could if you want to, and then we could get to play on the field. The officiating was terrible. As usual, the Seahawks get called for everything. The other team gets away with a lot of stuff. I mean, DJ Dallas kicking the ball. The refs should have just taken that one on the chin and not even thrown a flag on him. Yeah, he's upset. He kicked the ball. Fine. I mean, seriously, unfortunately, the kicking of the ball put them close enough for that field goal. I mean, who knows? That extra 15 yards did help them. I wish he wouldn't have done that. But he had every right to be upset. I mean, now blatant PI. Everybody could see it. I mean, even Dean Blandino is coming on going, I don't even know what they're looking at there.
Ball hit the dude in the back.
Yeah. As he's grabbing both arms of DJ Dallas and putting him down with the ball still in the air. It's clear as day.
Beautiful tackle. That is bad.
There was that one. There was the holding call on Bless Austin.
Both pass interference against Bless were terrible calls. The one was uncatchable. Beckham couldn't even locate the ball. It was just him flopping. And then the other one, it was a hell of a jam. And Kupp actually had the back pad, and that's what he was using to try to draw the hold. And it was a good acting job by him too. But yeah, I feel bad for that kid because they were not good calls.
The Rams were doing Rams things, Lofa, throughout our time playing the Rams, throughout this rivalry. They do things that are sneaky, and it pisses me off. And they just stayed doing what the Rams do. They run, they flop, they throw a shoulder back. Cooper Kupp throws his arm in the air. Oh, I'm being held. Give me a break, Cooper Kupp, golden boy. If you're really that good, just get open. And by the way, local guy, Brock Heward. I got a message for you too, Brock.
Oh, no. What?
I understand that Cooper's from the Northwest too, but so are you, Brock. You're a University of Washington guy. You're a Seahawk guy. You do preseason games for us. You're on the radio up there in Seattle. Quit slurping Cooper Kupp the way you are, man. It was pathetic all game long. I put this out on Twitter. Is Brock Heward related to Cooper Kupp or just has a crush on him? It was disgusting. Give him some compliments in the first quarter, but then let it go, dude. It was getting uncomfortable, honestly. I was like, man, what are you sliding into his DMs? You want to take him out? What are you two on? I don't know. Sorry. I'm just.
Quarterbacks, they love their wide receivers.
Ugh. Disgusting. Brock. I'm disappointed in you, Brock. Do you think it's because Brock and Sean McVay have the same hairstyle? Is that what that was about?
Could be.
Like a gel brothers stay together.
Stick together.
Yeah.
That should be their slogan. Whoever makes their gel.
LA looks crew for life. What does Brock rock? You think he rocks the pink, the yellow, the blue?
I don't know. It's ultra hold, just like McVay. Not even the headset can mess up McVay's little faux hawk or whatever the thing's called.
Man. And McVay has the dorkiest little celebrations, by the way. They kick that field goal through at the end. He gives a big fist bump, It's yeah, man, if the refs didn't make that call, you wouldn't even be there in that situation, you little punk. They're all little punks. Yeah. I don't like the Rams. I don't like their uniforms. I don't like them. I don't like Stafford. Stafford stinks, by the way. A couple of throws that were just where the hell is he even throwing? I'm all over the place, Lofa. I'm sorry.
You are.
That interception by Quandre Diggs, who was he even throwing it to? They think this guy's going to take him all the way. I'm on your side now, Lofa.
I'm telling you. I mean, yeah, he didn't play that great. I mean, the numbers. He was pretty efficient. I mean, they didn't drop a lot of passes. I think it was 21 to 29. Only 8 incompletions, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Diggs just making plays like he always does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to talk about what we did well? Do you want to talk about more officiating?
Let's see. Let's talk about our quarterback. We were talking about their quarterback.
Okay.
Let's talk about our quarterback.
Okay.
Because there was some decent stuff, and then there was some really, really ugly stuff.
There were some missed opportunities. If I think about the performance that Russ had, I would say missed opportunities. The overthrow of Metcalf, wide open. Overthrow. There was another one. Was it DJ Dallas? Or even if he throws the pass interference one sooner, I mean, DJ's got that guy beat.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, missed opportunities. And those are ones that, DK was not happy. He saying lead him when he had beat Ramsey down the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 6 right there. We got to make those.
Look, it might be the finger, and maybe that's the excuse, but it was so many underthrows in that game. I mean, a lot of underthrows, a lot of wide receivers having to come back and wait for the ball to come down. It looked like when you were a kid and you're playing flyers up out there at recess, you know? It wasn't good. Like the earlier the pass to DK that Ramsey was able to get his hand on, you know, maybe slight underthrown a little. I don't know.
A little bit, yeah. But he had him beat again.
Yeah, but I mean that DJ Dallas throw, the pass interference at the end, like underthrown. He's turning around, having to come back for it. There was the one to D. Eskridge that they were saying. By the way, the broadcasters were saying Tyler Lockett would have come down with that. I love Tyler Lockett, but he's not much bigger than D. Eskridge, and that ball was way up there, and he's having to go up for it. I mean, who knows? But the point is that ball was underthrown. He put that out in front of him.
Yeah, he was open. Waiting for the ball to come down is when they adjusted and were able to high point it with D. Eskridge. So.
What's the deal? Because usually Russell Wilson, you know, quote unquote, best deep ball thrower in the league. We tease about the moon ball all the time, but this time the moon ball was going up and it was just hanging up there, and they had to wait on it to come down all the time.
Going up on a Tuesday. The shit just wasn't coming down, bro. I don't know. Yeah. We got to throw the ball earlier, and I mean that's. Especially, you know, you can't, I don't think, especially with the finger, I don't think you can out throw Metcalf on that go route. And so that was the toughest one to, you know, stomach, like knowing that we missed an opportunity there to go get 6.
What about a couple of decisions by him, though, that he didn't even give the receivers a chance to catch the ball? Like, how about the times where Russell drops back, the commentators go, he's got all day to throw, and then he just throws it out of bounds?
Or takes the sack. I mean, the one where, you know, Von Miller was, you know, running around Dwayne Brown like 3 times because Dwayne's like, yo, where the hell's Russ going?
Yeah.
Like,
what's he
that
doing?
That one was confusing to me. Yeah.
I don't know, man. He didn't
get rid of it.
He didn't look good, dude. And I've been on this all season, like even before the injury. Come on, guys. Before the injury, the Seahawks weren't having the greatest season already. He looks off. There's something I don't know. You guys, okay. We're driving there at the end to tie it up, right? We get down towards their end zone. He takes a shot into the end zone, way overthrows it, throws it out of the back of the end zone. Very next play, he throws it out of bounds towards DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf almost throws his arms in the air. Like, you got to at least give me a chance. I mean, he's not. I don't understand what Russell needs to see in order to throw the ball at the wide receivers, Lofa. Is it that he needs to see them completely open and then throw it?
Yeah.
Is it a vision thing? Is it a lack of trust thing?
Definitely a timing issue. And I don't know. Is that the finger? Because I've seen Russ throw guys open before, meaning coverage was tight and there's seemingly not a window, but he knows where they're about to be and when they should be breaking towards the sideline, you know, on a curl, whatever. And he's let it go in a timely fashion. So I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it has to be the finger, which is messing up his mental psyche. Like, hey, you know, he can't place the ball where he normally does. Mm-hmm. And so that's the only thing I can think of. But I do want to point out we ran the ball very well. We just
wait. Before we move on, I just want to ask you flat out. The offense was clearly a problem during this game. Who's out?
No, it wasn't a problem. I mean, yeah, we didn't put up points, but we're
you don't think the offense was a problem in this game? They couldn't stay on the field. It's just 3 plays, they go off again.
In their lone touchdown drive, it was 11 plays. About 8 of them were runs. So run the fucking ball.
I know.
Is what I would say.
Fine, but I'm just asking the defense held them down pretty much the whole game, right?
Yeah, defense played their ass off, man. They've been doing it all year. I mean, they threw up the stat. Well, they get a lot of heat, right? 31st in pass defense, 30th in rush defense, but 5th in scoring. And like, you know, I don't care how many yards you give up, you know, as long as you don't let up all the points.
Yeah, but okay. So the defense, we agree, is doing pretty good in this game. The offense is the problem for this team. And you got Russell Wilson, a $35 million quarterback per season, who cannot move the ball, who can't move the chains, who can't keep the offense on the field, who can't hit open wide receivers. What are we doing?
Is it that, or is it the play calling? Because like I said,
brother,
when we ran the ball 8 times out of 11, we scored a touchdown on a 70-yard drive. Russ made 2 nice throws. He made 2 nice completions on that one. But guess what? Play action works when they actually think you're going to run the ball.
Yeah, but as we know, and we reported on this before the season, that Russell Wilson has pretty much the entire playbook at his disposal at the line of scrimmage. Is he checking out of those runs into passes that he then throws into the third row or gets sacked ugly?
Possibly, because look, we have 20 runs. I think both running backs averaged 4 yards or more. It's like, okay, run it more. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, man. I got to tell you too. Lofa, I don't know what the future holds for this team, especially personnel wise, but right now it's not let Russ cook. It's let Russ walk for me.
For you.
Yeah. Just in my opinion, I'm done. I'm really done. I think he's had great stats in years past, but the team hasn't been able to get to the success that they want to get to. I don't think it's been good for a few seasons now. I think he has absolutely. I mean, you know him. You coached the team while he was there. You can correct me if and when I'm wrong. I'm sure, but to me, I mean,
you
not
are.
Much,
but this is very therapeutic, so I'm gonna let you go,
dude. The team has his personality, which is nothing. I mean, there's just not much fire coming out of him. Did you watch his presser after the game?
I didn't.
Just nothing but that kind of corner smile coming out of his mouth, like, hey, missed opportunities. Yeah, that one's on me. I'd really like to have it back. Hey, but next week's an opportunity. We got all band together. Russ, I'm sick of it. And so is everybody else. We want to see that fiery Russ with a beard from like season 3 when he would go down and kick the crap out of the Arizona Cardinals. I don't like this clean cut Mr. Celebrity overweight Russ who can't get out of the
pocket.
He
actually looks pretty good. This is the best shape he's in.
Watch that. I'm gonna send you.
But yeah, you're talking. It's like Rick Vaughn, when he came back in season 2.
Yeah,
and he's got the suit on. He ditched the leather jacket with no sleeves. I hear you. It could be something there, but injury did not help his season this year.
No, that is for sure. But what do we do moving forward? Because, dude, it doesn't look good right now. And with the with the pieces around him, it should be better than this.
Yeah, you look at it, we're not a bad team, and we should be in the playoffs. That's the crazy part.
Well, that's why I'm asking: is it a personality thing? Is there something internal? Is this like a psyche thing? Is this like a chemistry thing? Is there something in the sort of DNA or genetics of this team that's not right?
No, but I think, you start to wonder, did the offseason, turmoil and drama spill over into this on top of injury, right? And so now we're still not out of it, believe it or not. We are not eliminated yet.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. I mean, it's getting really close now, but technically, yeah, until they say, hey, you are no longer in it. I mean, he's saying and doing the things that you got to believe that, we still have a chance, and you got to keep the guys going. And the guys are fighting out there. It's not like we're getting blown out. It's coming down to a 1 or 2 score game, and it's been some excruciating losses, right?
Yeah.
But I really hate making excuses, but that was a very, very poorly officiated game, man.
I know, and I don't want to be that guy either.
No, because it was bad.
Well, yeah, I know.
I know. Like I said, run the ball, man. I've been saying it for like a year and a half now, and I feel like when Carson or Penny, because they only gave him 8 carries, right? Was that he got 8 and DJ got 11 or something like that? It's like we got them all on a pitch count, and because we're so nervous that they might get injured again, it's like, we need to just get out there and run the ball. And that opens up the whole offense. I
mean, he did have some nice runs, but then had to miss some time even during the game with some injuries. I mean, he's always injured, always this nagging stuff. I don't know. I mean, I guess I just have to ask you straight up, because this is what Twitter is going crazy about, especially Seahawks Twitter. Like,
what we got?
What do you see, or in your opinion, what does the future hold for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks?
It's going to come down, does Russ want to be here? And
he does, right? In his press conference, he said he wants to play for 20 years here.
Yeah, well, we'll see, though, because now, this is going to be like first time we missed the playoffs in, a while. This is the first time we don't have a winning record. And the Russ that I know, from being around the Hawks and even coaching there, would want to – he's not going out like that. Like, he wouldn't just say, hey, you know what? And I know in a lot of these quarterbacks' mind, they have to win now for their legacy and all that, right? To ensure their enshrinement to the Hall of Fame. Russ is a Hall of Famer. First ballot, I don't know. We'll see. But they start to worry about, okay, I need more rings, right? And I get it. I get that. But I don't think that Russ, if he's leaving, I think there's disconnect in the organization, obviously, but it's not that he doesn't want to play for the Hawks. It's not that he's like, oh, well, the grass is greener over there. Like it's really just he wants to win now.
Yeah.
Win now mode.
Yeah. What about DK Metcalf? How much longer is he a Seahawk without? I mean, he's clearly frustrated. I don't see him signing here. I mean, it's going to hurt to watch him go somewhere else and just destroy the league because some quarterback will trust him and actually throw him the ball.
Oh, he's going to kill the league, for the next 10 plus years. But if we're going rebuild mode, if that's what we're talking, and I think that's what you're asking me. If Russ walks, okay, you now have a lot of cap to go start over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, the one piece you keep intact is Bobby Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you build around him for the next 2 or 3 years while you go find a quarterback, establish a run game like we had back when we were on top, and, build that defense around Wags. And Brooks, obviously, he's young. He's what they want as the future. But I don't think he's ready to take over the defense, the way, Wags and KJ and all those guys had it for years. But that was the formula that got us to the Super Bowl. Run the ball, play great defense. Run the ball, play great defense. Throw a deep ball here and there. But it was Marshawn Lynch and the number one defense. And that's what I think a lot of people have forgotten.
I also think one of the biggest things, and again, I'm just a fan, what do I know? But in my opinion, I think one of the biggest things missing from this team is, and we've been saying it all season, I've been saying it all season, personality and identity. When this team was rolling, they had big personalities on the team who would take a lot of this, pressure or Russell didn't have to be really the face of the team. You had Marshawn, you had Richard Sherman, you had Doug Baldwin, right? Yeah. And so you had all these big, outspoken, or, in Marshawn's case, not outspoken, but you know what I mean? Drawing attention another way. But, you had these guys who could kind of be the ones out there sort of taking the brunt of some stuff or answering tough questions or sort of being the attitude of the team. And now that all those guys are gone, what is the attitude of this team? Because, I mean, Russell, he just doesn't have that thing in him. I thought he did. He used to when those guys were kind of around a little bit more. But now that they're gone, he kind of doesn't. And it just feels like, do you know what I'm trying to describe? I'm not doing a very good job of illustrating but I miss the player who would rally everybody together on the sideline and be, going.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of them.
Pre-game pump ups and whatever. Where is all that? I don't even see Russell on the field. When they win, he used to be on the field doing interviews and then the go Hawks afterwards as he'd go running off to the locker room. Where is all of that? It just feels like this whole team's personality, identity, everything is gone, yet Russ and Pete are still there. So it's confusing. But a lot of the new guys that have been coming in, DK and the like and other draft picks and things, they don't have, or it's like when they get there, they know Russ is the leader, so then they kind of fade into the background maybe, and so then they don't really step up. And I don't know. The whole thing just feels off. For the talent level on this team, they should be achieving much more than they are, and this season is just completely frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of those guys that you mentioned, they were young and hungry. You know what I'm saying? And
undrafted. Jermaine Burrs, Doug Baldwin.
Michael Bennett, undrafted.
Yep.
Cliff Averill, third rounder. But and this is why they're the Detroit Lions. He wasn't even starting for them for a while. And I was just like, what are you doing? Right? So thank you for giving him. Him and Quandre Diggs, the Lions have been great to us in free agency over the years. But yeah, it's, Cam Chancellor, 5th round, Sherm, 5th round or whatever it was. It's just some hungry dogs. And, it's just, it was a combination of great timing too. But look, I'll tell you what, a lot of the league, they weren't fearing Russ. Yeah, he was awesome. He was statistically awesome. But they were fearing that defense and Marshawn Lynch. And that's what you want to talk about, attitude or identity. That's what got Pete. Even back when we were at SC and I played for Pete, we had a number one defense And yeah, we had several Heismans, but running the ball was always the first and foremost thought when we entered a game. And then, okay, second half, Palmer, Leinart, they'd be going for 300 in a half. Mm-hmm. So it's, I don't know, man. It's tough to watch, really, especially when you're averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry. It's like, I don't know how many times we got to say this. It's a broken record, bro.
I know. I know. I don't know. I don't know.
And it's leading to a broken record. First time we're losing in 10 years.
That's why you're the best in the biz. You know who else is the best in the biz? You can bet on it. Bet online. You can bet that they're the best in the biz. BetOnline.ag, you guys are a great sponsor. Check them out at betonline.com. Brand new dashboard over there. They also have the mobile app that you can find in any app store. BetOnline is your number one place to make your wagers for sports betting. Or also they have a 24/7 online casino, which never closes, full of table games and all kinds of stuff that you can find in any other casino. Use our promo code
LEAV50, BLEAV50.
Get a 50% welcome bonus at betonline.ag. Well, this is usually where I transition, but I'm still mad, so no. How about the Rams, though? Let's just talk about the Rams a little bit. I mean, we, like you said, we played hard. We gave them our best shot. But I got to say, like, based on what we've seen from the Seahawks this year and the way we've been playing, like, the Rams kind of didn't look like the team that
they didn't look sharp at all either.
Yeah. Was it a Tuesday thing? Was everybody just thrown off by this thing being pushed back, even though it gave them an advantage? But I mean, it still throws all the timing off. And
Tuesday's usually a day off. I wonder if the body clock is just like, what? I'm usually chilling, at this time every Tuesday, and now I got to go get ready for battle. So I don't know, but they did not look sharp. But you know what they did? They ran the shit out of that ball, and even though they were getting 1 yard, 2 yards, negative 1 yard, 1 yard, 2 yards. Then they pop a 36-yarder. Then they pop a 25-yarder. And it's just like and then Cooper Kupp.
Some of that tackling at the end of the game by us, too. That's got to be just
we did look a little tired.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, worn down, man. That one, was it a screenplay to Sony Michel? And, I mean, we're kind of just –
yeah. I mean, everybody looks
running right through arm tackles. They had to but this is my whole point about the offense not being able to stay on the field,
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right in that regard. But
Von Miller getting his first sack. I mean, are we scared that the Rams are going to do damage in the playoffs? Because I
think they're one and done.
Me too.
I think they're one and done.
Good. Me too. I hope so.
Yeah. They just, I don't know. It doesn't, even Stafford doesn't scare you. At least I don't think so. I mean, so we'll see.
How about a real bright spot for the Seahawks, at least in this game? A little pass rush, finally. And from one guy, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, Poona Ford had some good rushes in there and was stopping some runs. But, yeah, Dunlap was just all over the place. That's, reminiscent of last year, right? When we got him at the trade deadline and he was just dominating. So that was good to see. And
I think that the defensive line was probably the best or like most brightest spot.
The bright spot, yeah. Stopping
the run. Like you said, they gave up some, but that was more towards the end of the game. They had that run game locked down early.
Yeah, early.
Nice tackles for losses. My biggest problem with our defense, and I'm sure a lot of Seahawks fans are frustrated, it's on third down, just like with our offense.
Yeah.
We get them into like what was one of them, 3rd and 17 or something?
Yeah.
You should not be giving up a first down on that. And I'm not talking about the penalties that lead to first downs. There were a couple that we kind of let them out of these 3rd and longs.
Yeah, there was like a 2nd and 20, and then they throw a check down, and the next thing it's 3rd and 6. It's like, wait a minute. The check down just got 13, 14 yards. How
about why can't we just cover Cooper Kupp every time we play them?
So
2 touchdowns in a game. His name is Cooper Kupp. He's leading the league in receiving, covering.
I know. I mean, that those should be interceptions. And, I'm not trying to point the finger of blame or anything. It's like, but those are opportunities that I used to relish. I'm like, oh my God, Cooper Kupp, you're coming into the hook. Like, I know where the ball's going. And if you just jump into that window, Stafford's got to pump the ball and he gets sacked, and, but I mean, he was hitting that 5th step that, back foot was hitting the ground and he was rifling it. And it was just like, the one in the end zone, the first one was not a lot of people, because Wags was the closest man. That was not Wags' fault. He's got 2 in his zone. First of all, they motioned the back across. So now there's 4 strong. And for everybody out there, because, they're like, oh, well, Wags are right there, make the play. Wags had 2 right there in the hook. When they throw 4 strong, we have to push the entire coverage. That becomes Jordan Brooks, man. And then, the backside flat player, you're helping, because I think it was Beckham. When they put everybody away from Beckham, it was like, what was it? Jonathan Moxon in the oop-de-oop back in Varsity Blues.
Oop-de-oop.
Yeah.
Fucking oop.
And so I think, they wanted that one-on-one. They wanted to see, okay. And we had a flat player and we had the corner over the top on Beckham. So the next look is strong. And he had either one of those guys. Now, if he threw it outside, because it's almost like a double follow, or like they're just running behind each other, Wags would have picked the second hook, which was his. But the first hook, that belongs to the backside hook defender, and that is JB. He's got to get over there. And then the next one, I think they were in empty or whatever, and you're isolated on number 2. Stay inside out. If he catches it outside or over the top, that's on the safety. But as soon as that guy goes vertical, just turn with him, and it's going to be thrown on a straight line. Those are easy interception ops. And unfortunately, that was JB again, too. So it's tough, but you got to know that he's the target. Yeah, most of the game, but especially in the red zone.
Yeah. I appreciate you shedding some light on that, Lofa. Speaking of light, how about Lightbox?
Wow, look at you.
Lightbox lab-grown diamonds, everybody. The brightest gift of the year. They've unlocked the science of sparkle, Lofa, which sounds like fake science to me. But hey,
It's science.
What do I know? I just read the copy. Yeah. Lightbox.com, everybody, is where you go. No promo code for you. You don't need a promo code. These are $800 per carat, which is a price that you can't beat anywhere, especially for diamonds that have the same chemical makeup as real diamonds, or regular diamonds, the ones that come from the ground. But these ones are grown in a lab. Check them out. Lightbox.com, everybody. Cough. I had to cough. All right. Lofa.
What's up, dog?
Where do we go from here? Let's shed some light on that. You're saying there's a chance? Explain that to us. Is there still a chance?
Well, I saw one article that said only 5 teams are eliminated, and we were not one of 5. So that leads me to believe there's a chance, but I don't know how the hell we do it, if that's what you're asking.
You need everybody to just lose everything else, and then we need to win all 3.
Yeah, we're going to win out. But, we get a game at home, nice little Christmas present. If you celebrate Christmas, the Bears, a struggling team, coming to your house, we'll welcome that.
Yeah. Well, but then there's the Lions, which is a struggling team, but they kind of beat down the Cardinals this last
Lions,
week.
Cardinals, and Bears. Oh, my.
Yeah. Do you think we can go 3-0 to at least finish this season on a win streak, and we can at least feel a little bit better about ourselves?
Yeah. We'll take care of business this week. I know the guys aren't happy about how that game ended, but we'll take care of business this week. We'll move on to the Lions, and then we get a showdown in Arizona. And from the looks of it, Arizona's going to need that game, unfortunately for us. But hell, as long as we finish out strong, there's still a chance.
Yeah, we can beat them. We got to just turn it on, man. We got to get. It's not like they're not motivated, but you know what I mean. We just got to pump that energy up, get that juice going, and I think we can take care of Kyler Murray. Look, if the Lions can beat them, then we can certainly beat them.
Oh, they beat them bad.
That peppered them, man.
Yeah.
Zone in, everybody. Zone in CBD, the best CBD in the game. What we need to do, Lofa, and what I want to do is I want to zone in with you on what exactly is going on in those meeting rooms today. Would today be an off day? After?
Oh no, we got playing 4 days, bro.
All right.
No off days.
All right, no off days. So what's going on at the facility today? Take us inside the VMAC. You've been there as a player. You've been there as a coach. Let's zone in on between players and coaches and even player to player. Because, guys got to pick each other up. What's happening at that building today over there?
Yeah, well, I was, my last year of football, 2010, we were in the same situation. We finished that one 7-9. We were living week to week. Like, it was literally like, oh shit, well, we didn't win, but hey, neither did those other assholes. Like the Niners, the Cardinals, fucking everybody in our division lost. And
Right.
like, I just remember, Kenny Norton, who always knows what to say, right? He was getting on us like, hey, this is what we got to clean up. Because, this is, at the end of the day, I don't care how long you're on the field for, right? You can't get tired. You got to clean up your feet. You got to clean up, so technically going over like the fundamentals is like when you're tired, that's why you practice all the fundamentals. So you don't have to think about it. It's just, second nature. And then, he'd say, hey, by the grace of the football gods, we're still alive, fellas. And so I got to believe that he's carrying that message over too. And, the guys are already beating themselves up. We're our own worst critics anyways. So I don't think they're over there just, laying into them like, hey, you ain't shit. It's more of a, hey, we still have a chance. And so we need to prepare and act, be grateful for this opportunity. And I know they are. And it's, but I think they might take a moment to, self-scout and just say, hey, whether Russ isn't healthy or what, we may have to just be a run-heavy offense for the time being, and just to give our defense a break and shorten the game, man. Like, get through this game with time of possession somewhat, neutral or the same. Because this 35-25, this 40-20, it's just killing us. It is literally wearing us down. And, we got some
offense to defense.
Yeah. We got phenomenal athletes over there on the defense side, and they look average when it comes 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter because they're so gassed. Mm-hmm. So,
well, time for us to wrap this episode up. You got anything else before we get out of here?
Well, in a short week, basically was what we're dealt with now. Thank you, NFL. I'm pretty sure Pete's going to go to like a full walkthrough tempo. And when we were playing, but when I was coaching there, we went to a walkthrough tempo because so many guys were banged up, it was late in the season. We had a Thursday night game. We started, to really kick some ass out there because guys understood their assignment, and it was. Because, Pete still loves a high tempo, high energy practice, and that's fine. I mean, but there's not a ton of learning that gets done on the field. But when you walk through things, you pick them up much quicker, much easier. So when you do get to the running on Sunday, it's just, okay, I got this. I know I can see the concept. I see the formation. And I think, especially we got a lot of great athletes. Don't make them overthink. That's the thing. And so show them at walkthrough tempo what it looks like, and then when it's full speed, they're ready to go.
That's it for us, everybody. Thanks for listening to the podcast this week or for this episode. We'll be back. Actually, no, we'll be back later in the week to preview the Bears game. Don't worry. We'll come back and let you know what to expect from Justin Fields and the monsters of the Midway in the big matchup coming up this weekend. For Lofa, I'm Brett. You guys can email us anytime at seahawkspod@gmail.com. Rant. Go crazy. Fill in all of the gaps that I can't fill in real time because my brain is moving faster than my mouth. Please let us know.
It needs a walkthrough tempo. Walkthrough podcast.
pod@gmail.com. Lofa, you got to break us down though. That's tradition. Let's keep doing what we do around here.
Still alive, baby. We're gonna break it down to still alive.
All right.
Still alive on 3. 1, 2, 3. Still alive.